Holy crap, I'm finally back. It's been 3 months since I've been on YouTube last, and about 6 weeks since I had that issue with well, I started 6 weeks since I started having issues with my laptop or my hard drive or whatever, and it's honestly just been an incredibly frustrating road. And like, I didn't even get to this video until just now. It's 8 p.m. Stop. Stop it. I don't care. Anyway, blah blah. Things keep popping up. Sorry, there's little dings. It's so annoying. Anyway, fuck 'em. Okay, anyway, I think I took care of the problem, hopefully, because holy fuck, I really am so sick of having issues. It's just been one issue after another, and I finally just was like, fuck it, I'm getting a new laptop. Anyway, my old one is only a year old and it's in pretty much perfect condition, so I'm selling it for like 200 bucks if anyone needs a new computer. But basically, I it's just been an incredibly exhausting journey. I am exhausted and I don't want anyway, I eventually just got a new laptop. Okay. It keeps dinging. God damn it. Shut up. Oh my god. My computer literally won't stop dinging. This is so fucking annoying. Okay, let's I'm gonna try and record a fucking video. Anyway, I finally was just like, fuck it, I'm getting a new laptop, even though the laptop wasn't the problem, so I don't fucking care. But either way, I got a new laptop and now I'm selling my old one. So if anybody needs a new laptop, just let me know, but you'll probably have to pay the shipping. Actually, I don't know how to ship it, and I probably can't ship it, so I think I'm just gonna sell it local, but thanks anyways. But good news though, my new computer does in fact have an internal webcam. My last computer did not have an internal webcam. This one does. Therefore, I don't need the external webcam anymore, so I can sell it and make a little money. I mean, I can't sell it for that much because my mom got it from Walmart for like 40 bucks, so I can probably get like 10 or $15 for it, but I don't care. I'm selling it anyway because any little bit that I can get helps, and I need money right now, you guys. I need money, okay? I need I need it. I need money. So, anyway, I am back after a long, incredibly frustrating road, and there were so many problems. It was just one fucking thing after another. Oh yeah, buckle up because this is the time of year when my nasal condition gets really bad. So, for the next few months, I'm just going to be like this. This fucking sucks. I keep thinking back to a time when I didn't have like this nasal condition going on, and like I wish I could go back to that time, but I can't. Like I wish I could sit here and record a 3-hour video without my nasal condition being a problem. Because I keep thinking back to when I recorded Shirley's Garden, like I think it was like 7 or 8 years ago, and then it was like 7 or 8 years ago. Sorry, I'm also talking to this guy about a snake because we were talking about him possibly getting one, and I was saying, "Oh, you can get a small one, like mine's small. You can just have him in a 20-gallon." I was explaining the Kenyan sandboa situation and how there are small snakes out there that you can get, and like actually, I think it's a girl. I don't know. It's a Reddit account, so it's a little hard to tell, but I think she said something about her boyfriend, so it seems like it's probably a girl, so I think I'm gonna go with that. I think that's the safe bet. But anyway, she dropped me a random message today saying I got a snake at the expo, and she just like got this carpet python and came home with it. So I'm just like talking to her about it and stuff. And she just kind of brought the snake. I didn't expect her to get a snake, but she got a snake. I was just talking to her so I could send her pictures of my snake, and she was asking about snakes and stuff, and I wanted pictures of her crested gecko, which she did send to me. Like that was our opening conversation, but she was also saying how she wanted to get a snake, and then she was talking about it a little bit, and then she started talking about it. So of course I talked to her about it, and I talked to her with my experience. I talked to her about like what my experience was like owning a snake, and also how you can get a smaller species that can live in a smaller space and stuff. And so, and okay, well, this message says, I always had my heart set on a ball python. Out of all the ones I'd interacted with and seen, I never felt like I wanted one like I did with the girl I got. And they said they'll do the research and stuff. So that's good. Like, I mean, obviously, I don't want to be a dick to someone who just got a snake on a whim, but I feel like that's not really the kind of thing you should normally do. Like, you got to be careful about that kind of stuff. But, as long as they do the correct research and set their snake up properly, it shouldn't be an issue. But I don't know. I would recommend against just buying animals because you see an animal, it's cute and you want it. Like, that's the kind of thing I normally advise against. Like, I actually took a lot of research and preparation preparing for Yahtzee. Like, I wasn't just at the expo and saw a snake and was like, I want to buy it. Like, of course, no, you guys know I was planning him for like probably a year and a half before I actually got him. I mean, I got the the tank in December of 2023 because it was used and it was about 20 gallons, which was the perfect size for him to spend his life in. And then I didn't even get the snake until May 2024. So, yeah. So, I've had him for over a year now, which is weird to think about because, like, it doesn't feel like it's been a year, but yeah, it's been over a year. It's been a year. It's been over a year. So, I got him in May of 2024. It's now October of 2025. Okay, so I wanted to do like a Reddit video today just to get back into stuff and like this is what I want to do. I don't know. This is what I feel like doing today and this is what I want to do today and I don't want to put too much I don't want to have to be in that position where I have to put too much effort into my videos because it's been exhausting. Getting my computer back up and running is has been an exhausting process and it's been like taken like 6 weeks from the time that I found out it was broken until the time when I was actually able to fix it. And there were like 50 different things that had to get done and it was all so complicated and there was so much of it and it was all over the place and I finally got my new laptop and I couldn't get the hard drive hooked up. And then my mom took it back to the computer place. They put a new hard drive case on it because I guess the old case was the problem, which I don't get, but whatever. I don't know jack about computers, so whatever. Either way, he fixed the problem, which is all I care about. Also, I have an outstanding $145 charge, which I have no idea how I'm going to pay, so hopefully Passport will take care of it. But anyway, I want to do a Reddit video, and I'm actually, or I was, um, I don't know, but like, okay, well, anyway, just, um, sorry, there's stuff I just can't, and it's getting annoying. Oh, me too, me too, me too. Okay, I'm gonna use, I'm gonna go. I gotta find the Reddit page that I was at obviously before, so I'm gonna go find it. So I'm sticking to mainly the best of Reddit update subreddit. I just wanted to see the top posts. So that's why this is where I am. And basically, essentially, I want to stick to mainly best of Reddit updates, but I might do a couple of other like posts here and there. I know I have like so many posts saved because do I'll just sit on Reddit for like hours saving different posts that I find. Like that's part of my work. Like if I'm not on Reddit, I still might like if I'm not on Reddit, I'm still like my mom doesn't seem to understand that just because I'm not actively writing or actively making a Reddit video, she thinks I'm not working. Like if I'm not on my computer in front of my camera making a video, or if I'm not like actually writing, she thinks I'm not working. But there are so many other things that go into my writing and my videos. Like I have to make the ideas for the videos, and sometimes I have to write scripts. It's exhausting. It's a lot of fucking work. So when you say I don't put a lot of work in, I don't know, when people say I don't put not a lot of work into my videos, like, it's just like I do, I actually do, because I can sit here forever, like, saving Reddit posts and finding Reddit posts to read to you guys. Like, it takes me time to do that stuff. You guys realize it takes me time to do that stuff. So I hate it when my mom just assumes because I'm not actively working or she not doing something she considers working that she can just talk to me or whatever. Like, I'm still probably working in some capacity. Like, I'll be thinking of ideas for my book, or I'll be, figuring out stuff, or I'll be researching something for my book or for my channel. Like, there's a lot more that goes into these fucking videos. Anyway, we're gonna start with this one, which is insane, and I want to say there's a trigger warning for rape. I don't really know. I don't know, like, how, if I can say that on YouTube. Maybe this video will get taken down, hopefully not. Like, I don't even know if I'm technically allowed to read this story on YouTube. Hopefully, it won't get taken down, but if it does, you guys know why. So anyway, I'm gonna get started, but if you guys wanna skip this video or this post, I totally understand. But anyway, there's stuff about rape in here, so let's just, be cautious, tread carefully. My rapist sent me an Instagram DM confessing to raping me 7 years later. The prosecutor still refuses to press charges. What can I do? And this original post was on June 4th, 2020. This is from Best of Redditor Updates, by the way. They're all from Best of Redditor Updates. So the original post was that. Okay, update post is there, so we'll go to it in when we're done with this. For the sake of anonymity, I'm going to keep this long story short. I was raped in college by a man I did not know and did not ever express interest in. He followed me home from a party and snuck into my building and waited until my male friend, who walked me home that night to get away from him, left my building to come bang on my door. At the time, I was an 18-year-old white female, and this was a smallish college town in the South. I had a lot more evidence than typical campus rape cases: witnesses, text messages, rape kit, and this was not the type of guy that made one horrible mistake. If nothing happened, I knew he would 10,000% do it to another girl, which is why I felt it was my responsibility to try to do something. By the time the DA finally officially told me they weren't going to do anything 2 years later, because it's difficult to prosecute when alcohol is involved, it was too late for me to pursue a civil suit. It might be worth noting that the man comes for money and a lot of it. I also found out they never analyzed my rape kit, let alone investigated the crime scene. There were a few other things that were pretty sketchy about the police investigation slash DA's handling of the case, but I can't get too specific on here. It kind of felt like they were doing everything in their power to not prosecute, and there's literally nothing on his record to show for it, not even a dropped charge. It took me a long time to truly move on and accept that I did what I could, but I finally did. And then a week or so ago, 6.5 years later, I realized I had unread message requests on Facebook from a month prior and saw I had something from him. We were not Instagram friends. What? Wait. Hang on. Yeah. It says you had unread message requests on Facebook, but then you mentioned Instagram. I don't. Do you have to be friends on Instagram to send messages or something? I don't really know the deal there. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Um, there were various messages in a row that clearly demonstrate he is not well mentally. Damn it. Mm, Sorry, my story just something happened. Okay. Anyway, blah blah. Just there were various messages in a row that clearly demonstrate he is not well mentally, but more importantly, at the end he said, "So I guess I raped you. I won't do it to anyone else ever." I was shook. I sent it to the DA's office, who were utterly shocked, and the next day said they'd get back to me in another week, but that I shouldn't get my hopes up because this kind of stuff is really complicated and difficult to prosecute, which, while they haven't told me officially yet that they aren't going to prosecute, I know in my gut it's not going to happen. They'll find an excuse. So I know I need a lawyer, but please don't give that to me as advice. I am posting this question to see if anyone's ever been through anything similar and knows of nonprofits resources/pro bono lawyers that might be able to help. I can't sue him because of statute limitations, and I can't really sue the government. That would be an uphill battle, but I also can't just let this go again. If there's anything I've learned recently, it's that things/systems don't change by staying quiet. What can I do to both get a mark on his record and shed light on the justice system that failed me and I'm sure many others? Edit, I received so much helpful advice, referrals, and positive comments, and I can't thank you all enough. I now have a lawyer who specializes in these kinds of cases and is going to try to help me push the criminal case through the legal system. If that doesn't work, plan B will be to publish my experience on media and social media. Thanks again. Yeah. Update, after 12 years, my rapist who confessed was finally prosecuted thanks to a Reddit post that helped me find legal support. God damn it. Up, update was posted October 23rd, 2025. Updated post. We're going to go here. Okay. And then we're going to go here. Okay. So this all led me to the news article, which is directly from the US News. apnews.com. That's where this is from. Man who sent "So I raped you" message is sentenced to 2 to 4 years for 2013 campus assault. And there's a picture of the guy, and he looks kind of, I don't know. Anyway, the sexual assault suspect Ian clearly departs from the Adams County Courthouse in Gettysburg, PA, which I'm pretty sure is Philadelphia. I'm not 100% sure. Shannon Keeler speaks during an interview with the Associated Press in Gettysburg, PA, Thursday, July 17th, 2025, only a few days after my birthday. That's literally the same week of my birthday. My birthday is on the 13th. Just I don't know why I thought that was relevant. Doesn't matter. My point is the dude's getting prosecuted. Okay. A man who sent a Facebook message that said, "So I raped you" to a woman who he had sexually assaulted in college in 2013 was sentenced to 2 to 4 years in prison on Monday. The sentence came more than a year after Ian clearly was extradited back to Pennsylvania from France over the assault at Gettysburg College, and nearly 12 years after the victim first went to the police. The judge took into account Clearly's guilty plea, his remorse, and his long history of mental illness in giving a sentence below state guidelines. Yeah, he has some problems, and hopefully he'll get that worked out. Not that that makes anything that he did okay, but I hope that he gets the help that he needs, which is weird to say about a rapist, but I do. Not not being okay, not saying anything he did is okay. I forget what the word is for that, but you know, you know what I'm trying to say. Clearly, 32 said he sent the messages as part of a 12-step program in hopes of seeking atonement. I don't think you're going to get her to forgive you. The victim, Shannon Keeler, told the court on Monday that the messages only reopened wounds she had long carried over the assault, which went years without being prosecuted. "The system meant to protect me protected you instead," said Keeler, detailing in a powerful 10-minute impact statement the years she spent pursuing charges, which prosecutors are often reluctant to file in campus sexual assault cases. "This isn't just my story, this is the story of countless women," she said. Clearly faced a maximum of 10 years in prison for the attack, and the two sides had initially proposed a 4 to 8 year sentence. Alright, that looks like it's it. Yep. Okay, that's the end of the story. We're gonna go back to the Reddit thingy and we're gonna read the post there and we're gonna find out what happened. 5 years ago, I got a Facebook message from my rapist 7 years after the assault. He didn't apologize, but his message reopened every wound I'd spent years trying to heal. I didn't know what to do, but I knew I wasn't going to let it go this time. From my first experience trying to get the case prosecuted, I knew it wouldn't be easy, so I turned to r/legal advice, and she posts the link to her Reddit story, which we just read. On Reddit asking what to do, I got hundreds of responses and DMs. One was from a prosecutor in another state. Thank you, Miles Bracchio, who gave me legal and emotional support and confirmed what I already suspected about how hard this would be. Another survivor reached out and connected me to a lawyer who ended up representing me. That lawyer then connected me with the Pennsylvania Coalition Against Rape, PCAR for short, and their legal team, who stood by me through the process. When months passed with no movement, we went to the media. The Associated Press broke my story, and soon after, ABC's Good Morning America picked it up. The pressure worked, and the charges were finally filed. But Ian was nowhere to be found. In 2024, he was identified in France, extradited, and this week, 5 years after that Reddit post and 12 years after the assault he was sentenced to 2 to 4 years in prison, which we saw in the attached news story. So they brought him, it seems like he was living in France at that time, so they brought him back so that they could prosecute him, is what I'm reading, is what I'm understanding. Thank you, Reddit community. There was the original news story that led to charges, AP Post sentencing article, ABC interview last week. Okay, let's see the new okay, so this is the original news story where she talks about it. So I raped you. Facebook message renews fight for justice. Morristown, New Jersey, AP. Shannon Keeler was enjoying a weekend getaway with her boyfriend last year when she checked her Facebook messages for the first time in ages. A name popped up that stopped her cold. Ugh. So I rape you, the person said in a burst of unread messages sent 6 months earlier. I'll never do it to anyone ever again. I need to hear your voice. I'll pray for you. These are all direct quotes from the rapist, by the way. The messages rocketed Keeler back to the life shattering night in December 2013 when an upperclassman at Gettysburg College stalked her at a party, snuck into her dorm, and barged into her room while she pleaded with him and texted her friends for help. It was the final night of her first semester of college. 8 years later, she still hopes to persuade authorities in Pennsylvania to make an arrest. Damn it. Go away. Freaking, these stupid shit keeps popping up. Okay, whatever. 8 years later, she still hopes to persuade authorities in Pennsylvania to make an arrest. Armed now with perhaps her strongest piece of evidence, his alleged confession sent via social media. But is it but is it enough? Before and after the attack, Keeler followed the protocols designed to prevent campus sex assaults or address them when they happen. She had a male friend walk her home from the party. She reported the rape that day, met with police, and endured a painful and intrusive rape exam. And she pushed for charges, yet at every turn, the justice system failed her, just like it fails most college rape victims. Alright, and the related attached story is the story we read before this one, which is the news story where he actually gets sentenced and ends up in prison, which is good because that's where he belongs. And then they had the sentencing article, which we already read, and the ABC interview last week. After a nearly 12-year odyssey for justice, Shannon Keeler was able to confront in court on Monday the man who confessed to sexually assaulting her at a 2013 frat party. I was shaking and tearing up a bit, but it felt really good to be able to look him in the eyes, tell him what he did to me, Keeler told ABC News. Juju Chang in an interview that aired Tuesday on Good Morning America. Ian Clearly, the man accused of sexually assaulting Keeler at Gettysburg University in 2013, was sentenced Monday to 2 to 4 years in prison. It definitely was shorter than we expected and less than I think he deserved, Keeler said of Clearly's sentence. But you know what? He's going to jail and he's going to have the label of a sexual predator for the rest of his life, and that's accountability and that's justice. And for that, I'm happy and I'm grateful and I'm relieved and I'm lucky. Keeler was a freshman lacrosse player at Gettysburg University in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania in 2013 when she went to a fraternity party where she said a male student, whom she identified as Clearly, kept bothering her. Keeler said that out of concern for her safety, a friend escorted her back to her dorm, but she said Clearly followed them. There was a knock on the door, and I mean, I just didn't think for a second that it would be him, Keeler told Chang. And I opened the door, and it was him, and he came in uninvited. Once inside her dorm room, Keely said she was sexually assaulted by Clearly. In court on Monday, Keely read aloud a victim impact statement that described, in her own words, the trauma she said she experienced. The trauma of that night wasn't confined to my dorm room, it changed how I saw myself. Keeler said, later adding, my confidence, my self care, my relationship with my body, all of it shifted in quiet, painful ways. Soon after the incident, Keeler said she reported the incident to campus and local police, who questioned her for hours and had her submit a rape kit. Despite her full cooperation with authorities, the district attorney at the time declined to charge Clearly. 7 years later, in 2020, Keeler was on vacation when she said she saw what appeared to be multiple Facebook messages from Clearly. One specific message she said admitted to the attack. So I raped you, Keeler said the message read in an interview with ABC News in 2021. I'll never do it to anyone ever again. On June 30th, 2021, the Adams County District Attorney's Office announced that it had filed sexual assault charges against Clearly. 3 years after charges were filed, authorities found Clearly in France in 2024. Earlier this summer, he pleaded guilty to sexual assault. In court on Monday, Clearly apologized to Keeler and his family. Keeler told Chang that she hopes her own long journey to justice helps other women too. I mean, I'm doing it for me, but I also recognize that I am just the complete minority, she said. I am in a position where I can do something so many other women would too if they were in my shoes. Keeler also said that she is forgiving Clearly, a position she said has given her freedom too. Oh, wow, she actually forgave him. Did not expect that, but I mean, I agree with her. I think she should forgive him. Forgiving isn't the same as condoning their actions, which is something I learned recently. With time served, Clearly could be up for parole after 6 months state prison following his sentencing on Monday. Ultimately, forgiveness doesn't just set him free, it sets me free too, right? And I don't want to live with anger, she said. I believe in redemption as well, and he still has the power to live a good life and become a good person and do the right thing, and I hope he does. Wow, beautifully said. And probably exactly the same way I would feel, because I do, in fact, hope that he gets the help that he needs and turns it around. Ugh. All right, and I just got a message from my mom that she's going to be home in a couple hours. Um, I think I'm going to record one more story for tonight. And I might just upload this as is because honestly, this is a pretty short video. Tomorrow is Sunday. The only reason I'm able to record at all today is because my mom is away visiting my sister. She's been away for the day, but obviously I didn't get to this until pretty late. So, I didn't exactly have much time. I mean, I'm sure I'll have a little time after 9, but I don't know if I want to keep doing this. And I think I'm just going to upload this as is with 2 stories, and then later, like on Tuesday or Wednesday, I'll upload another video, hopefully a longer video. But I don't know. Um, anyway, I'm going to let's see. Hmm. I gotta see this. Okay. So I'm just at the top posts. I'm just looking at the top posts right now. Top of this month. Um, yeah, the top posts of this month. I'm trying to find I want to find a good one. Oh boy. Um, hmm. Oh my gosh. All right. Let's see this crazy fucking story. Um, okay, so also best of Redditor updates. This was originally posted in r/true off my chest. An update 3 years later, my wife and everyone thinks I got laid off, but really I quit so I could make a go at being a Twitch streamer full time. Oh dear. Um, so the mood spoiler is just yikes. Original post is from October 13th, 2022. My wife doesn't follow or know anything about Twitch or video games at all. She doesn't have any knowledge of or connection to the industry I used to work in. She's a paramedic, so she works different shifts and does not know I stream at times when she is not home. Her salary is enough to cover our bills, although things will be a bit tighter until I start making money on my stream. I'm not going to tell anyone until I'm bringing in enough money that I can do it full time. I have never been happier and not stressed as I am now. it's easy for me to lock myself in my home office and say I'm networking and job hunting when I'm really streaming if my wife and or my 3-year-old is home. If she's not working or my daughter is not at a daycare, it's harder, but I make it work. I feel a bit guilty for lying, but I've wanted to do this for a long time. No one that I know in real life knows. Obviously, posting this with a throwaway, and this is just ridiculous because one, you it is not easy to make it online. Like, I know Locke is making money, but it's not that much. Like, he still has another job and he's like in college, I assume, to get I always forget what he's doing in college, but he's getting some kind of degree, which I hope, is going to get him a good job because, I care about him and I want him to get a good job and hopefully make good money and stuff, but also keep doing his YouTube stuff because, obviously he enjoys that. Like, I do YouTube as a hobby. I don't even make money from this. I don't make money from this. I don't make money. I can't make money. Even if I wanted to right now, I literally can't. I don't have that many subscribers. I probably never will have enough subscribers to even apply for the program, but even if I did, I'm not going to make money from this. I don't like I'm not doing this to make money. I'm not trying to get famous on YouTube and get rich. Like I'm just doing this because it's fun. I started doing this when I was like 19 and I thought it would be a fun thing to do. I think I made one YouTube video when I was about 14 and that was fun. And then I never got to do it again. And even though that video was really dumb and cringe looking back at it now, it was fun. It was literally just fun. And so when I picked this hobby back up, I guess, I actually decided to do it right this time and make a channel and pump out like a bunch of videos and just enjoy myself while doing it. So, I mean, like I do a lot of stuff. I do a lot of stuff on this channel and I enjoy it. I genuinely enjoy having this channel and doing basically whatever the hell I want. And I do have a few loyal subscribers who do enjoy viewing my videos, which I really appreciate. I never thought I would have 163 subscribers, which I'm still working on that 150 subscriber special. But but for real, like my plan was never to do this to make money, and I never wanted to do this to make money. Like, my plan was to just have fun, which I am, and I do. I mean, I miss this channel so much, and usually when I'm gone, I'm only gone for like a few weeks or maybe a month at the most. Like, I'm pretty sure this 3 months that I just took off is the longest I've been off YouTube since I made my channel. And even then, that was not voluntarily. I was forced to because I literally couldn't get anything to work. So I couldn't do what I needed to do to make videos. But like I just wanted to have fun because it's literally so hard to make it online. Like people think it's easy, it's not easy, okay? It's literally not. Like, you have to commit yourself all the fucking time. And I'm pretty sure you're even less likely to make it on Twitch. Like, it's even harder to make it on Twitch. Like, getting famous on YouTube is already really difficult. And a lot of people talk about how it's really difficult. And, like, you can't just do it. It's not that easy to get. What are the statistics? Um, let's see. Statistics uh, of getting famous on YouTube. Let's actually find out. What are the chances of becoming famous on YouTube? Extremely low, with statistics showing that only a small fraction of channels achieve significant success. For example, only about 3% of channels have over 10,000 subscribers, and a similarly small percentage can make a living wage from their content. And people are even asking on Reddit and stuff, and everybody's like, "Yeah, it's not easy. It's really not easy at all." Like, I could sit here and read about people telling you how tough it is to get famous all fucking day, but let's just look up the statistics on Twitch. What are the chances of becoming famous on Twitch? And the answer is or I'm ignoring AI because we are at war indefinitely. Give it to me straight. What are my odds of making a career on Twitch? And this one actually comes from Reddit on r/Twitch. Slim to none. It's just simple math. The amount of people you have to be better than to even hit 10 average viewers is mind blowing. People are asking, what does it take to be a successful streamer? What are the odds of making a full time income? It's really difficult. What are the chances of becoming a Twitch streamer? 100% as it's free and anyone can join. But if you meant what are the chances of becoming a well known and financially secure Twitch streamer, that's completely different percentage. Twitch by itself is not a growth platform, by which I mean you won't get big and famous by using it alone. Twitch is not like YouTube, it does not have any kind of learning algorithm set up for viewers, which means it's purely random chance if anybody finds your streams. Alright, I could sit here and read this shit all day, but you get it, it's fucking hard, okay? It's hard. But anyway, it's all just whatever. It's nearly impossible to do. Besides, and the second thing, which I really should have said before I went into that whole deep dive on the internet, but the second thing, that's not the kind of thing that you quit your job in the hopes of getting famous, okay? You do your regular job. You put out content on the side. Like I said, like Locke does, he has a job. He's going to college for a degree. I think he's trying to get a bachelor's. Hopefully, I'm right about that. Sorry, buddy. Sorry, dude. I feel bad. I feel bad because I should know what you're doing in college, but it's just not in my head. I don't have enough space for it in my head. I'm sorry. So anyway, but my point is he has a job and he's going to college, but he's doing his YouTube stuff on the side and he started making a little money. But again, not a living wage and he's being smart about it and got other jobs and other stuff going on. Like he's not purely doing YouTube. God knows how he finds the time though to do college and work a job and do YouTube because oh my god, I couldn't imagine. And I'm pretty sure his job is like full time. Mine is going to be part time, but it's going to be exhausting. I couldn't imagine. I don't know. Either way, just that's not the kind of thing you do. You do your regular job and then you do your Twitch stuff on the side. And if you happen to be in the like 0.0001% that gets famous, then you can quit your job. You know, after talking to your wife about it, having a normal conversation like an adult human instead of just being like, I'm gonna quit my job so I can get famous on Twitch because, it's really, really easy. And just because she has enough money to cover the bills doesn't mean you can just quit with no notice or no discussion. I hope she divorces you because this seems like the kind of thing I would definitely divorce a guy for. If I had any interest in getting married. The top comments are from a deleted account. So you're never going to tell anyone. You're not going to make money. You're a fucking loser taking advantage of your wife. Grow the fuck up and get a job and help take care of your child. I'm so sorry, you guys. This is just how it is, okay? There's nothing I can do about it, so you're gonna just have to bear with me. Trust me, it's a lot worse for me. You could just skip ahead a bit. I just stopped the camera for a couple minutes so I could take care of my shit, so hopefully things will be better now. Or you can wait till your wife finds out what a fucking deceitful loser you are and hopefully leaves you. And then we've got another comment. This is a fool's game you are playing. Stop lying about it and own it. And another comment. Damn, bro, lying to your wife is a shitty thing to do. What if you don't make it and never make money like 90% of the people who try? What are you going to tell her you've been doing for months/years? If he does end up making it, imagine him telling his wife, hey, honey, I've been lying to you for months/years, but it all worked out, even though you were the only one supporting us for months and we had to go without often. Okay, so there's an update post, but I first want to say This shit is really bad. I'm sorry. Like, this is how it is and this is how it's going to be for the next, like, 4 months. There's nothing I can do about it. I don't this is just like, people complain about this shit, about my nasal condition all the time. There's nothing I can fucking do about it. I don't know what you guys want from me. I don't d like, I literally there's a procedure that I can do to try and fix things, but number 1, it might not even fix things, and number 2, it costs $2,000 and it's not covered by insurance, so unless anyone wants to send me 2K, then y'all are just gonna have to deal with it, because 'cause I'm tired of getting those comments. Mm. So, like, what is he telling her? Is he just gonna pretend like he's looking for a job this whole fucking time? Like, what is the deal? What is he going to do here exactly? Because he can't just pretend he's looking for a job for like months and months and months, and maybe even years, who knows? Like, how long is he going to spend attempting to get famous on Twitch? Like, is he going to keep doing it until, like, indefinitely? I mean, is he going to actually be part of the, like, 1% that gets famous, and just because he got lucky, he'll be like, "You guys were wrong. I actually got famous, and I'm amazing at it, so you guys can all shut up and shove it," or whatever. I don't know. I see that a lot. Especially on r/am I the devil, that's where all the real good stories are that tell people, like, "Oh, you guys were wrong," or, "You guys were right, but I don't fucking care." Stuff like that, I don't know, you see all that on r/am I the devil, and it's hilarious. Like, it's funny when their when their original post is pretty bad, but then, they get the advice from Reddit, and they just decide to dig themselves a deeper and deeper hole until it just gets worse and worse, and then they're just it's it's all downhill from there. Like, those are the kinds of stories that are particularly entertaining, and I know this is people's lives, but, like, it's kind of their own faults. It's their consequences to their actions, especially when you go to r/am I the devil, and they decide not to account for their shitty behavior, and they decide, "Yeah, I'm just gonna keep fucking around and finding out," like, there's this subreddit that I should show you guys sometime called r/oh no consequences. Literally just a subreddit full of people getting consequences for the stupid shit that they do. Like, there's some fun stuff on there, but it's just people being stupid and then, getting their due consequences for being stupid. Alright. And then there's an update on November 1st, 2025, which is a little over 3 years later. Alright, update, my wife and everyone else thinks I got laid off, blah, blah, blah. I know I'll probably get flamed, but I get it. I understand that I am the one who ruined my life and my marriage. My divorce was finalized a year ago. She found out about 6 months after I posted. I understand that I was wrong and that I screwed up, so he was just lying to her this whole time. He was just pretending. So he was just literally going to pretend to find a job or whatever. Hang on, let me try and find what actually, like, I'm trying to see if he oh, it's easy for me to lock myself in my home office and say I'm networking or job hunting, okay. So, yeah, literally just lying to her, like, not it would be bad enough if he just quit to work on his Twitch stuff, but the fact that he didn't fucking communicate with her at all and is just lying to her, that's the worst part of all of this. Anyway, she found out about 6 months after I posted. I understand that I was wrong and that I screwed up. I regret my stupidity so much. All the shit they usually say. She left our flat with our daughter and went to live with her sister and hired a solicitor, and that was it. Don't be stupid like me. We'd been divorced for a year, and I found out she just started dating again. I'm gutted. I miss her. I miss my daughter because she only lives with me half the time. Whether I see my wife's sister or other members of her family, they give me the stink whenever I see my wife's sister. or other members of her family, they give me the stink eye. I can't believe I was such a lazy fuck while she was out there busting her ass as a paramedic. I understand why everyone hates me and sided with her. I know I'll get judged either way, but I'm posting in case anyone understands what I'm going through and being gutted when your ex starts dating again. So, in other words, please sympathize with me. I know I totally screwed up, but someone, please sympathize with me. Please feel bad for me. Feel bad for me. Okay, top comments. I read your original post, and the funny thing is that everyone told you this was going to happen, and it did. And then someone replies to that, the fact that everyone told him that was going to happen, and it did happen, is so funny to me. Like, bro, even a child would have seen this coming from miles away. And then someone asks, how's the streaming career? And then someone replies to that, who would have guessed it's not that easy, except everyone on Reddit who gave him advice. And then someone says, what grown man with a family does something like this? And then someone responds, I'm a police officer and went to an apartment to check on some kids once. Two kids, 6 and 8, both nonverbal, both homeschooled by dad. They lived in low income housing in a neighborhood where you regularly hear gunshots. They had the bare minimum in the apartment, except, of course, for dad's streaming setup. He had a better gaming PC than me, and he thought I spent too much on mine with no kids. And I thought I spent too much on mine with no kids. He was neglecting homeschool to focus on his streaming career. Absolutely delusional. And then the obvious comment, you could have kept your job and did streams at night, you idiot. If you haven't already, it's likely past time to speak to a therapist about how you sabotage your job and marriage to find out what happened and how to avoid doing something like this again. And then the reply to that, I usually get annoyed by the excessive recommendation for therapy on this site. Literally everyone knows it exists. So it's often just a ton of filler comments that add no value to the conversation, but this comment is actually super appropriate, especially since it defines exactly what he needs to work on. It almost sounds like he might struggle with impulse control or something, but there is definitely a lot to unpack here, and a professional could really help him with moving forward, especially since he is showing a lot of remorse and ownership of his mistakes. All right. And then we've got this guy who we're going in the comment section, by the way. And the first comment I have to mention, this guy's tagline is sometimes I envy the illiterate, which I love. Honestly, me too. There are just times when I see something, I wish I hadn't seen that, or I wish I hadn't read that. As soon as he said he was happy and stress free, his streaming career was a non starter. I followed several creators who pulled off the transition to full time YouTube/Twitch, and every one of them was busting maximum ass and thinking slash worrying in between. And then a response says, I know a dad who started streaming on Twitch. He kept his day job and streamed in the evenings until he started making enough money where they didn't need it anymore. His wife didn't just know about it, she would show up occasionally and was one of the chat mods. And he frequently had diaper breaks when his kids were little, where he'd run an ad break and go change a diaper to help out while he was streaming. The fact that this guy thought he could lie about it and everything would work out is bonkers to me. It used to not be like this. I promise. Like, if you go to my own channel and watch a lot of the videos there, I was normal. I didn't have a sinus thing. I didn't have a sinus problem. This is something that's developed over the years and gotten worse. Because, like, there was a time when I could just sit here and read for hours and hours, or make videos for hours and hours, and I would be fine, and I wouldn't have to worry, but now I have to worry every fucking time because of my sinus condition, and I'm snorting a lot, and it's gonna bother you guys, and I got the post-nasal drip, and I'm constantly clearing my throat, but there's nothing I can do about it. Plus, I wish I couldn't make longer videos for you guys without having all these problems with my nose, and having all these problems with my throat too. And my nose didn't used to be so stuffed up, so it was easier for me to read stuff or make a video while talking about stuff, but I can't do that anymore because it's not that easy anymore. And my nose gets stuffed up, and then I start to sound, all congested and stuff, and it's hard for me. So, anyway, I think I'm gonna have to end it here for night because just because I'm tired, my nose is stuffed. I'm exhausted from all the shit, everything I've been dealing with. Just stressed all the time. I got so much going on. Christmas is coming up. I want to have a viewer's choice video for sometime in December. So, I'm probably gonna try and put the probably gonna try and put the thing, the poll up. Fuck, that's what it's called. Probably gonna try and put the poll up in the next few days. So maybe keep your eyes peeled for that. I kind of want to. I don't know. It's gonna be viewer's choice. So you guys tell me what you want, and I'll do it in a minute. I think I got like three things that I have a choice to do. So you guys just vote, and then I'll do the thing that you want. Um, yeah, literally, I keep going back to when I read Shirley's Garden. I was just sitting there for several hours recording, no breaks. Like, no, I didn't have to, like, I mean, I might have taken a break, but not because of my nasal condition, because I didn't have to, because I didn't have it back then. It was fine. It was fine, and I just sat there and read the story, and it was amazing, and my nose was completely clear, and now it's not like that anymore, and it just seems to get worse as time goes by, and I have thoughts and ideas. There's stuff that I can do. I can't get the procedure done unless I have $2,000. So if I see any more comments on my videos about my nasal condition, I'm just gonna delete them, or the fact that I, deal with it in the way that I deal with it, because it's just what I have to deal with as part of life. So I'm just gonna start deleting those comments and ignoring them, because I mean, I know you guys you're not saying it in like a mean way, but I don't like it anymore, and I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear about it anymore, okay? You think I don't know that this sucks right now, okay? Imagine how it sucks to live it. So if anyone wants to give me 2K for the procedure that I can do, then I can do it. But otherwise, I'm I'll be back in a few days with a video, hopefully on Wednesday. I should be back on Wednesday. I don't know. I'm gonna try and record a longer video on Tuesday and Wednesday. I might be able to record some on Monday too. It might be as early as Tuesday, but it could be as late as Thursday. So anytime between Tuesday and Thursday will be the next video. And my usual outro, I don't fucking remember any of it. I'll do my usual outro next time. I love you guys. Bye.